My girlfriend's mother pulled me aside at Christmas. My daughter doesn't deserve you. Leave her before she ruins your life like she ruined mine. I was stunned when she showed me multiple police reports. My girlfriend had a history I'd never known about. I, 20 male, was helping carve the Christmas turkey when my girlfriend's mom dragged me into their garage and showed me police reports that made my blood run cold. Let me back up. Been dating Natasha, 27, for about 14 months. Met her at some boring networking thing my company made me attend. She came up to me at the bar, started talking, and honestly, I was hooked. She was gorgeous, funny, really into me. Maybe came on a little strong, but I figured she just knew what she wanted. Things moved fast, like really fast. She basically moved into my place after 6 months even though I said we should wait. She'd stay over just for the weekend, and then never leave. Had all her stuff there within a month. I didn't fight it because, well, I'm an idiot, and she was crying about her roommate situation being toxic. Anyway, Christmas at her parents' house, whole family there, her dad's making jokes, her sister Kelsey's on her phone the whole time, normal holiday stuff. I'm trying to carve this massive turkey without looking incompetent when her mom Diane grabs my arm. Cameron, garage now. The way she said it made my stomach drop. Like she'd been working up to this for months. I followed her out. She pulled the garage door down behind us, hands shaking as she pulled out her phone. I liked you. You seem good for her. So I'm going to show you something I probably should have shown you months ago, but I was hoping she'd changed. She opened some folder on her phone. Police reports. Multiple. Read them, please. First one was from 2019. Some guy named Todd got a restraining order against Natasha. Harassment. He'd apparently tried to break up with her and she went full psycho. Showed up at his job repeatedly, sent him hundreds of texts in a day, keyed his car in the parking lot. I'm reading this thinking there's gotta be an explanation. She told us it was a misunderstanding, Diane said quietly. That he was the crazy one. We believed her. Next report. 2020. Guy named Greg. Domestic disturbance call. He claimed Natasha came at him with a lamp during a fight, then called 911 herself, claiming he attacked her. Case got dismissed after his roommates said she was lying and he never touched her. We paid for anger management classes after that. Third one. 2021. Guy named Jason. She opened credit cards in his name, ran up $8 grand in debt. His credit was trashed. He pressed charges, but they settled out of court after her parents paid restitution. Cost us almost $10,000 with the lawyers. Fourth report. 2022. Some woman named Rebecca got a restraining order. Natasha had been sleeping with Rebecca's boyfriend, found out he was taken, then went nuclear on Rebecca instead of the guy. Slashed her tires, sent threatening messages, posted her address and phone number online. I'm just standing there holding her phone, feeling sick. 4 people in 5 years, Cameron. 4 separate police reports, and those are just the ones that got reported. There were others who just ran, disappeared from her life, and changed their numbers. Why are you telling me this now? Diane scrolled to something else. A text conversation between Natasha and Kelsey from like 2 weeks ago. Natasha? Cameron's so easy to manipulate, lol. He believes everything I say, already talking about his 401k and where he wants to buy a house. Plus, I got that credit card I wanted. Tasha, be careful. You know your pattern. It's different this time. I'm in control. He's not going anywhere. I read it 3 times. Easy to manipulate. She's done this before, Diane said. Finds a nice guy with a decent job, moves fast, gets him invested, then when he eventually tries to set boundaries or sees through her, she destroys him. Todd lost his job because she kept showing up. Greg's roommates had to break their lease to get away from her. Jason's credit is still recovering. Rebecca moved to another state. Does Natasha know you're telling me this? God, no. She'd never speak to me again. But I don't care anymore. I can't watch her do this to another person. I'm her mother, and I love her, but she needs serious help and refuses to get it. So the best I can do is warn you. Get out before you become number 5. I could hear people laughing inside. Her dad was probably telling his annual turkey disaster of '98 story. Everything seemed so normal in there. But I was standing in a garage, reading about how my girlfriend had systematically destroyed 4 people's lives and was planning to do the same to me. "What are you gonna do?" Diane asked. "I don't know. I need to think." We went back inside. I sat next to Natasha, watched her laugh and smile and touch my arm affectionately, and all I could think about was that text. Easy to manipulate. Ate turkey that tasted like nothing. Opened presents. She got me this expensive watch. Later found out she'd used my credit card to buy it. The one I'd given her for emergencies. That night I laid awake next to her, listening to her breathe, thinking about everything. The way she'd pushed so hard to move in. How she'd thrown a massive tantrum when I said we should wait, then cried and said she just loved me so much. How she knew all my passwords because I'd given them to her like an idiot. How she'd asked for my social security number last week for insurance purposes. How she freaked out anytime I made plans with friends without her. I thought she was just intense, passionate, madly in love with me. Now I saw the pattern Diane was talking about. The love bombing, the rapid moving in, the isolation from friends, the financial entanglement. Classic stuff, and I'd fallen for all of it. Update 1, didn't say anything on Christmas. Played it cool, acted normal. The next day I told her I had to go into the office for some emergency project. Instead, I sat in a Starbucks for 3 hours making lists. Called my older brother Trevor. He's a paralegal, deals with this kind of mess professionally. Told him everything, the police reports, the text messages, the pattern. He was quiet for a minute. "Cam, listen to me carefully. Before you do anything, before you break up with her, before you confront her, you need to protect yourself legally." "What do you mean?" "Look at the Greg report. She attacked him, then told the cops he attacked her. If you break up with her without protecting yourself first, she will absolutely make false accusations. And cops believe women first, ask questions later. Always." That made my stomach drop. "So what do I do?" He gave me a whole plan. Get cameras for the apartment. Legal as long as they're not in bathroom or bedroom. Change every password she knows. Pull my credit report in case she's opened accounts in my name. Check bank statements carefully. Screenshot text messages. Get everything documented before pulling the trigger. Protect yourself first, then end it, because she will go nuclear. That's what the pattern shows. Spent the rest of the day following his advice. Ordered small cameras on Amazon for next day delivery. Changed every single password, email, bank, social media, streaming services, everything. Pulled my credit report. Clean, thank God. But I found something interesting in our text history while I was backing it up. 2 months ago, I'd gone to a conference. She texted, "Missing you so much, baby. Can't believe you left me all alone. What if something happens to you and we're not married? I wouldn't even be notified. We should fix that." At the time, I thought it was sweet. Now I saw it as her fishing for a proposal for legal rights to my stuff. The cameras came the next day. Installed them while she was at work, one covering the living room, one covering the kitchen. Small ones, easy to hide. Made sure they were recording. That night I made dinner, pasta. She was chatty, told me about her day, showed me some Instagram post her friend made. I kept thinking about those police reports, about easy to manipulate. After dinner I just said it. We need to talk about something. Her whole face changed instantly, like a mask dropping. What? Not what's wrong or what's up. Just what? Flat. Your mom showed me something on Christmas, police reports about you and your exes. The temperature in the room dropped about 20 degrees. She went completely still. She showed you what? Police reports, 4 of them. Todd, Greg, Jason, Rebecca. That witch. She stood up fast, started pacing. She had no right. Those were all misunderstandings. 4 misunderstandings? Yes. Todd was obsessed with me. I had to defend myself. Greg was abusive and I fought back. Jason said I could use his credit. That was a miscommunication. And Rebecca was literally stalking me first. Every single incident, she was the victim. Everyone else was the problem. What about the text to your sister, where you called me easy to manipulate? She froze. Actually froze mid-step. She showed you private conversations? Yeah, she did. That was a joke. God, Kelsey and I talk like that all the time. You're taking it completely out of context. What context makes that okay? Suddenly the tears started, like someone flipped a switch. I can't believe you're doing this. Attacking me over lies from my toxic mother. She's always tried to sabotage my relationships, and you're just believing her? I saw the police reports, Natasha, official documents with case numbers. Those were all lies, every single one. Those guys were abusive or psycho, and they lied to the police. She was getting louder. I thought you loved me. I thought you trusted me. I'm trying to understand what really happened. What happened is I have terrible luck with men, except I thought you were different. But you're doing this because of my mom's manipulation? She grabbed her purse and coat. I need space. I can't deal with you accusing me of being some kind of criminal. She left. Door slam, car peeling out, the whole dramatic exit. 5 minutes later, text, we're done. I can't be with someone who doesn't trust me. I'll get my stuff this week. That was easy. Too easy. Hour later, I'm sorry, I overreacted. Can we please talk? I love you so much. Please don't give up on us. Then, Cameron, please, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I need you. Then, fine, ignore me. Just like everyone else, you're just like them. Then, I'm coming back. We need to fix this right now. 15 texts in 2 hours. I didn't respond to any of them. She came back around 11 that night. I was ready. Phone recording audio in my pocket. Baby, I'm so sorry. I freaked out. My mom's always been emotionally abusive, and when you believed her over me, I panicked. Tears streaming down her face, reaching for me. I stepped back. I think we need to take a break. A break? No. No. We don't need a break. We love each other. We can work through this together. It's not about your mom. It's about the pattern. 4 different people. They were all lying, or maybe you're the common denominator. Her face twisted into something ugly. Get out. This is my apartment. Our apartment. I live here. You're not on the lease, Natasha. She stared at me like I'd slapped her. Are you kicking me out? I'm saying we need space. Maybe you can stay with Kelsey for a few days, while you decide if you want to believe your girlfriend or some ancient police reports from bitter exes. That's what you mean. Pretty much, yeah. She grabbed her purse again. Fine, but you're making the biggest mistake of your life. You have no idea what I'm capable of. That last part she said really quiet, almost like she didn't mean to say it out loud. She left again. I heard her in the hallway on the phone. Mom, you ruined everything. I'll never forgive you. Called an emergency locksmith that night. Cost me almost $200 at midnight, but worth every penny. New locks installed by 2 a.m. Didn't sleep at all. Kept expecting her to come back, to bang on the door, to do something. But nothing. Next morning, text from a random number. This is Natasha's attorney. You have illegally locked my client out of her residence. She requires immediate access to her belongings and to resume residency. If you do not comply, we will take legal action. Called Trevor. He actually laughed. That's not a lawyer. No attorney would text from a personal number like that. It's either her or one of her friends pretending. Don't respond. So I didn't. Went to work. Tried to focus on my job while my phone blew up with texts from different numbers. You can't just lock me out. That's illegal. I have rights. You're gonna hear from the police. Please, baby, I love you. Can we just talk like adults? You're gonna regret this. You have no idea who you're dealing with. Blocked every number, every single one. That afternoon, 2 cops showed up at my office. My boss came to get me looking all concerned. Mr. Hayes, we need to talk to you about a domestic situation. My heart was pounding. This was it. This was the Greg situation happening to me. Update 2. I showed the cops my lease. Only my name. Showed them the texts where she left voluntarily saying we're done. Explained about the police reports her mother had shown me. The older cop sighed like he'd seen this exact situation 100 times. Sir, even if she's not on the lease, if she's been living there 3 months, she's established tenancy. You can't just lock her out without proper notice. My stomach dropped. Trevor hadn't mentioned this part. She can retrieve her belongings with a police escort, the younger cop said. But you need to give her written notice to vacate, usually 30 days. She's threatened me. I showed them some of the texts from the random numbers. They looked uncomfortable. That's a separate issue. You can file a report, but the housing thing needs to be handled properly. After they left, my boss called me into his office. Cameron, want to tell me what's happening? Explained the basics. He was understanding, but I could see the concern. Take some personal days if you need. But we can't have police showing up at the office. Keep this separate from work. Great. She was already affecting my job and we'd been broken up for like 3 days. Called Trevor in a panic. He calmed me down, said he'd draft a proper 30-day notice to vacate. We'd schedule a police escort for her to get her stuff. I just needed to not let her in the apartment otherwise. Sent her a text from a new number. You can get your belongings Wednesday evening. Police will be present. Bring boxes. Her response from yet another number, I'm not leaving. That's my home too. And you owe me $3,200. The hell? For rent and groceries I've paid plus emotional damages. I'd paid all the rent. She'd bought groceries maybe twice in 3 months. This was insane. Wednesday evening, she showed up with Qley, 2 huge guys who looked like they wanted to intimidate me, and an attitude. 2 cops were there looking bored. I need at least 3 hours to pack, Natasha announced. And I'm taking the TV. The TV I bought in 2022, I said. Community property. The cop cut in. Ma'am, if he purchased it before you moved in and has a receipt, it's his. He's lying. Pulled up the Amazon order on my phone. TV purchased 16 months ago. She'd moved in 3 months ago. Showed the cop. The TV stays, he said firmly. Natasha's face went bright red, but she didn't argue. Just started packing really slowly. Kept trying to talk to me. Why are you doing this? Remember when we went to the beach? What about all our plans? I didn't engage. Just stood there with the cops while she and her crew loaded boxes. Then she went to the bathroom. Was in there for like 5 minutes. Came out looking satisfied about something. They finished packing. Bedroom stuff, kitchen things, her clothes. I think that's everything, she said sweetly. For now. After everyone left, I checked the apartment. She'd taken some of my stuff. A laptop from the bedroom, 2 of my jackets, some kitchen appliances. Then I checked the bathroom. Medicine cabinet was open. My prescription anxiety meds were gone. 30 pills, just refilled last week. Also my electric razor. But she'd left her toothbrush and makeup. Pulled up the camera footage, watched her go into the bathroom, come out with my pill bottle clearly visible in her hand, drop it in her purse. Called Trevor. She stole my prescription medication on camera. File a police report immediately. That's theft of a controlled substance, and it establishes pattern if she tries anything else. Filed the report that night. The cop didn't seem super optimistic. Domestic situations like this, it's he said, she said usually. She could claim you gave them to her. I have video. His whole attitude changed. Send that to this email. We'll add it to the report. Next morning, call from my apartment building's management. Mr. Hayes, we've received a complaint that you've been harassing another tenant, following her, making threats. What? I live alone. Who made this complaint? Your ex-girlfriend. She seemed very distressed. She doesn't even live in this building anymore. Explained the whole situation. Showed them the police report. The building manager seemed skeptical, but said they'd note my side of things. That night, my car got keyed. Deep scratches all down the driver's side. No cameras in that part of the parking lot, of course. Couldn't prove it was her. But come on, $500 insurance deductible. Friday, email from an actual lawyer. Real letterhead, real law firm. She was demanding $3,200 for rent and expenses, $1,800 for property I supposedly kept, $5,000 for emotional distress, and immediate access to the apartment for remaining belongings. Trevor looked it over. Total garbage. She's fishing. No receipts, no proof, and you gave proper notice. I'll respond from my office. His response was perfect. Basically said she owed me nothing, voluntarily left, got her stuff under police supervision, and any continued harassment would result in a restraining order. That weekend was quiet, weirdly quiet. I kept waiting for the next disaster. Monday morning, call from my bank. Mr. Hayes, we flagged suspicious activity on your credit card, ending in 4389. What kind? Multiple charges over the past few days. Hotels, restaurants, online shopping. About $2,100 total. I didn't make those. We suspected as much. Different city. We've frozen the card. That credit card. The one I'd given her for shared expenses. I'd removed her as an authorized user last week, but she'd obviously written down the number. Filed a fraud report. Bank would investigate, but I might be out the money since I'd given her the card initially. Tuesday. Email from HR. Meeting required. Harassment complaint. I actually felt like throwing up. The meeting was that afternoon. HR manager, My boss, me. Cameron, we received an anonymous complaint through our ethics hotline. Allegations that you've been stalking and harassing a former partner, making threats of violence. I just stared. That's completely false. The complaint had specific details. That you changed locks to prevent her from getting her belongings. That you've been sending threatening messages from multiple numbers. That you filed a false police report to get her arrested. Every single thing was backwards, the exact opposite of what actually happened. Do you have evidence to refute this? I did. Showed them everything. Her texts where she left, the police report about the stolen medication with video, the 30-day notice, the camera footage, the fraud report. My boss's expression changed as he looked through it all. This is a lot. She's retaliating because I broke up with her after finding out about her history. Her own mother warned me. HR made notes. We're not taking disciplinary action based on this evidence, but I strongly recommend you get a restraining order if this continues. My boss put his hand on my shoulder after HR left. I believe you, Cameron, but this is really messy. Keep it together, okay? I felt like my life was falling apart in slow motion. She'd stolen from me, damaged my car, lied to my employer, committed credit card fraud, and I could barely prove any of it. Trevor came over that night with Chinese food and a plan. We're getting a restraining order. You have enough evidence. Let me put it all together. We compiled everything. The past police reports from Diane, video of the medication theft, screenshots of threatening texts from multiple numbers, the credit card fraud report, the false complaints to my work and apartment, photos of my keyed car, the lawyer letter demanding money. It was a lot. Even I was surprised when I saw it all laid out. Filed for a temporary restraining order the next morning, hearing scheduled for the following week. That afternoon, Natasha found out somehow. Text from another new number. You filed a restraining order? Against me? After what you did? You're going to regret this so much. I'm the victim, and I'm going to make sure everyone knows. Next morning, woke up to my Facebook exploding. She'd posted this long story about her abusive ex, who kicked her out, stole her stuff, and was now trying to silence her with legal threats. Public post. Tagged mutual friends. Already had like 80 comments. People I'd never met offering support and calling me a monster. I didn't respond. Just screenshot everything for the restraining order file. By the end of the day, 5 different friends had texted asking if the post was about me. I explained briefly. Some believed me. Some said, this is a lot of drama, I'm staying out of it. The hearing was the following Tuesday. Trevor said to expect her to cry, lie, and play victim. Bring all the evidence. Look professional. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. My life had turned into a complete nightmare in less than 3 weeks. Final update. The hearing was yesterday. Still processing everything, but I wanted to close this out. Showed up in a suit. Trevor met me there with his briefcase full of evidence. Natasha arrived with Qley and some guy I didn't recognize. No lawyer. Judge was youngish, female, looked exhausted. Probably heard a dozen of these every week. Trevor presented our case step by step. Started with the 4 police reports from her previous relationships. Judge's eyebrows went up. Then the video of her stealing my prescription medication during the supervised pickup. Judge watched it twice, asked questions about the timestamp. Credit card fraud report. False complaints to my work and apartment. Threatening texts from multiple numbers. We had phone records proving they were from her and Qley. Photos of my keyed car. Half an hour of evidence. Then Natasha's turn. No lawyer meant she represented herself. Your Honor, he's twisting everything. Those police reports were misunderstandings from toxic exes who lied about me. The medication? He told me I could have it because I was stressed from the breakup. The credit card? He gave me permission to use it. Everything else? I was just upset because he illegally threw me out with 0 notice. Judge looked at the video again. Ma'am, in this footage, you clearly take the prescription bottle and put it in your purse. Where's the conversation about permission? He edited the video. The timestamp is continuous. There's no sign of editing. Natasha switched tactics fast, started crying. Your Honor, I'm the victim here. He's older, he has money, he manipulated me into moving in and then threw me out when I wouldn't, dramatic pause, when I wouldn't do certain things he wanted. The implication was crystal clear. Sexual coercion. Trevor stood up immediately. Your Honor, this is a baseless accusation with zero evidence. It's part of the pattern she's used against previous partners. I have a sworn statement from her own mother detailing this exact pattern. Judge looked tired. Do you have evidence of this claim, ma'am? My word should be enough. In court, I need more than words. Text messages, medical records, police reports, anything? He made me delete everything. He controlled my phone. Trevor pulled out phone records. Your Honor, records show normal activity. She made hundreds of calls and texts during the relationship to friends and family. Judge reviewed everything for another 10 minutes while we sat in silence. Natasha kept crying loudly. Kelsey kept glaring at me like I'd murdered someone. Finally, the judge looked up. Based on the evidence, I'm granting a 1-year restraining order. Miss Reeves, you are to have no contact with Mr. Hayes whatsoever. No in-person contact, no calls, no texts, no emails, no social media, no third-party contact. You must stay at least 100 yards from his residence and workplace. Violations will result in immediate arrest. Natasha stood up fast. This is insane. He's lying about everything. Ma'am, the evidence speaks for itself, particularly the video of you taking prescription medication that doesn't belong to you. I'm also referring that to the prosecutor's office for potential criminal charges. That shut her up real fast. Judge continued. Mr. Hayes, if she violates this order, call police immediately. Keep documenting. Left the courtroom. Natasha was screaming in the hall. This isn't over. You ruined my life. My mom destroyed everything and now you're finishing it. Kelsey was trying to calm her down while the random guy they brought just looked uncomfortable. Trevor walked me to my car. That went as well as possible. Judge saw right through her. You're protected now. What about the credit card fraud? The medication? Police are investigating. Video evidence is strong. Credit card's harder since you gave her the number initially, but they might pursue it. Either way, she's got bigger problems. Drove home feeling completely empty. Not relieved. Just exhausted. The restraining order didn't fix everything. I'm still out over $2,000 unless the bank sides with me on the fraud. Car repair was $800 after insurance. Locksmith, lawyer fees, all of it added up to almost $5,000 total. Some of our mutual friends still believe her Facebook story. Lost a few people I thought were solid. My reputation at work took a hit even though I didn't do anything wrong. My boss is supportive, but I can tell he's worried about more drama. One more incident and I'm probably getting quietly let go. The apartment doesn't feel like home. Too many bad memories. Planning to move when the lease is up in 4 months. And dating? How do I explain this to someone new? My last girlfriend got arrested for stealing my anxiety medication and I had to get a restraining order. Great conversation starter. But I'm alive. I'm safe. I'm not dealing with false accusations or worse. Got a text from Diane 2 days ago. I heard what happened in court. I'm so sorry you went through this. Thank you for protecting yourself. I should have warned you sooner. I texted back, you probably saved my life. Thank you. She replied, I enabled her behavior for too long. She's going into intensive therapy now, mandatory, or I cut her off financially. Should have done this years ago. At least someone in that family has some self-awareness. As for Natasha, no idea what happened to her after court. Don't care. She's got her own consequences. Potential criminal charges, restraining order on her record, another destroyed relationship. I'm focusing on rebuilding. Started therapy last week. Trevor suggested freezing my credit and getting identity theft protection just in case. Doing that today. Lessons I learned. When someone's own parent warns you about them, listen. Parents know their kids' patterns better than anyone. Trust your gut. I had weird feelings about how fast things moved, but ignored them. Protect yourself legally before confronting someone with a history of retaliation. Document everything. Those cameras and screenshots saved me. Not every breakup ends cleanly. Some people will try to burn your life down rather than accept rejection. This wasn't some satisfying ending where the villain gets destroyed and I ride into the sunset. Real life is messier than that. She faced consequences, but so did I. Credit damaged, friendships lost, mental health wrecked, thousands in unexpected costs. But I'm out. That's the win. To anyone dealing with something similar, get evidence first, get a lawyer, protect yourself legally before you act. Don't try to be fair or give chances. People who have this pattern don't change. I thought I was different. Turns out I was just number 5. Trust is earned. And if someone's mom shows you police reports at Christmas dinner, maybe don't stay for dessert.